Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Ignite Your Soul to Worlds. So, in this video, and remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Um, Masculine, feminine, man, woman, whatever you label yourself as, because that's what it is. I'm simply here to remind you of your divine self in the human experience and not to be so damn hard on yourself. Um, you're allowed to make mistakes. And when you make a mistake, we're supposed to learn from the mistake and not repeat it. So, what Source is having me come here to do today is well, if you're seeing this video, you manifested me and you want to know more um, on whatever level. Okay, so I work with the mental energy, okay, which is the looping thoughts and programs that you've been carrying your entire life and you don't understand why they don't go away. And there's a long story to that, but it's a program and it's called the Matrix Mindset. So maybe you're someone that wants a different career and or a job, and um, you may always find yourself starting a job and then quitting the job and then starting another job and quitting the job. I remind you, stay put, stay there. And there's a reason you're there, and there's lessons, there's people in the place that are part of your healing journey, of your mirror, which a mirror is something that you feel is broken, okay, inside your thoughts, right? Maybe, well, what I want to do is, first of all, the mental body of energy is a program, your subconscious, your inner child wounding, trauma bonds, okay, in relationships. So this could be the work, the career, the finances. And we have a relationship with everything, right? I have a relationship with my coffee every morning, right? I have a relationship with technology because I'm here creating YouTube videos to bring you healing messages and clarity. Okay. So you have been asking and praying for answers, and you haven't been able to hear Source speaking clearly, directing you with synchronicities, signs, names, numbers. Okay. Um, you don't know what to do with it. Maybe you see it, but you don't know what it means, right? Okay. So that's who I am. That's what I'm here for. I I found my voice. Okay. And the only way I could do that was coming back home to Source, the center, the stillness point. Who am I? Where do I belong? We all ask these questions. The reason we asked where do we belong is because there's certain relationships that are still looping, and it could be an old career or an old job that didn't work out. Well, it didn't work out because it wasn't meant for you. Okay. The relationship was meant for you. The job was meant for you. It served its purpose. And now it was time to let it go. But somewhere in that program, these are not your thoughts. Okay. They're just thoughts of the past, and the past is gone. We can't go back to the past. We can't change the past. All we can do is see it differently. And that is where we can envision and use that Source inner light and bring things, when the things come up in our minds, we want to shut them down and not look at it. Okay. Well, this is a part, the shadow aspect. It's some unconscious. Okay. It's coming up to the conscious for you to look at to reprogram and to add your own new thoughts, right? Like, um, this is how the mind works. If they're looping thoughts, it's part of the matrix. That's how they keep you stuck, feeling lost, feeling alone, feeling addicted to one thing or the other. Well, addiction is not just a drug, it is also the patterning and looping thoughts that you have, and they keep coming up and they will sabotage your life. So that's the mental part. Now, Source wants me to, and we're gonna have fun with this, okay? That's the problem. They want you to take life so seriously. They want you to focus on the bank numbers and see that it says negative 500,000, blah, 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 blah. Fuck it. It's a number. Okay. Source is in charge of everything. Okay. So I want to talk about the emotional awareness. Okay. We need to get in deep. I want to feel everything. Most people don't want to feel anymore. So they'll drown it out with drugs or some kind of addiction. And again, the program and thoughts, right? It brings you back to, I don't want to feel that. So we latch on. We got attachment styles. And underneath that attachment, whether it's drugs, alcohol, smoking cigarettes, casino, I mean, pick your addiction, right? What do you do that's very addictive and it's tempting, all right? The temptation, all right? So the emotional awareness, we come back to the center point and stillness of the source, the one consciousness that we all are. When we come back to that emotional awareness, like, where does it come from? We got to ask these questions. Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel stuck? Why do I feel alone? Why do I feel like I don't deserve love? Why do I feel like everything I try to do, it just don't work out? Okay, now we're moving on. Energetically speaking, you have cords, right? And believe it or not, you don't have to believe me. Maybe your dreams have shown you like past lives, but if we are here and we are playing the game of life, right? We asked to come. We asked to come here. We asked to experience the changes, the evolution that the world is going through. And it can look scary, right? But here's the thing. These looping thoughts, what you're actually creating in reality is a hologram, okay? So that's what shows up. So if we're stuck here and we have no connection and know-how that will both mentally, emotionally, we can be dysregulated. And we need to regulate and understand that, okay, these thoughts are not mine. And if they are yours, they're thoughts of the past. The past is gone. Okay. The future don't exist. Okay. That's anxiety. So it's a lie. There's really no such thing as anxiety. If you just stay in the now, in the present moment, experience receiving thoughts of the source, right? Inspiring, empowering, uplifting. Source will show you where you feel broken in a relationship, in your career choice, in your job, because it will feel horrible. It will feel off. Okay. It won't feel like your soul's blueprint, right? And your soul's blueprint is source. It's now. It's stillness. It's one consciousness. through breathing and living in not only, okay, so your thoughts, and this is your ego, okay? We don't want the ego to die. We want to befriend the ego, okay? And we got to become more aware of where these thoughts are coming from. Like, say they're lower dense energy thoughts that, like, maybe your parents wounded you, or a relationship wounded you in one way or another. They projected their own inner child trauma onto you. Okay, so you're going to start to believe, oh, well, they said that's what I am, so I must be it. And you start to believe it. And then your reality, including your relationships with everything, every person, place, or thing, it starts to respond to not only the projected thoughts, right? The things that you believe that you are, you become it. And then you start to live that. You have a choice. You have a choice to ask questions. Are these my thoughts? Where do these thoughts come from? That sounds like somebody I know's voice. And then a memory will pop up. Oh. And I believe that was me. So I took it into the emotional body in the state. So whenever that trigger shows up, it's fight or flight, right? So you're not only these looping thoughts in the addictive thinking, right? The lower dense energy thinking is creating the external illusions, all right? They're just illusions, and you can change them thoughts. You can become more aware of how you're supposed to feel. And this is Source. Source wants you to have it all. The greatest love, the greatest career, the everything. Love it. You're supposed to be thriving, not surviving. Okay. So once you become aware of these emotional awareness, okay, you need these emotions that are destroying your life because you let them run the show, right? It's either the thoughts, first the thought, then you're triggered. Oh shit. And then it's fight or flight, right? We have new ways, intentionally and consciously choosing to look at that. Face it, there's always a lesson behind the fight or flight, right? The cause and effect. So whatever affects you and triggers the fight or flight, right? And this is the 3D neurological way of living, okay? So pain body, boom, just worried, stressed, overwhelmed, all the shit. Okay, there's a 5D way to live, okay, through the self, the divine self. We're bringing you back to the divine self. This is where you become more aware of the emotions that cause the fight or flight, right? So there's also chords, all right? These are chords you cannot see. This is my job as what you will learn working with me. We reprogram, okay? We bring what's unconscious consciously so we can reprogram the subconscious that only records every conversation that you have with a person. Like when you're saying, I'm broke, I don't have enough money to pay for my bills. Or let's say you are in a relationship with a manipulator, right? And you feel like you have to carry on all the weight yourself. You have no help. Nobody's helping you. There's a belief there that you're meant to carry it at all. Or manipulators like to project um, their pain of the past and their inner child wounds onto you. No, 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 no. Okay, that's not what Source wanted it to be. Temporary. We had to become that so we could change it, to become more aware of our thought patterns, right? Are they even mine? Are they my mother's? Are they my father's? Where did they come from? All right. And we have a relationship with everything. So we think constantly. What we got to do is center and quiet the ego mind, not kill it, not say fuck off and shit like that. No, thank you for that thought. I will come back to it later if I need to. That's how you receive your divine self thought, right? They're inspiring, empowering, uplifting. They are going to lead you to the next obvious relationship. And it doesn't have to look a certain way, right? It's going to always help you evolve mentally, emotionally, right? The fight or flight, spiritually, physically, nothing is meant to last forever. And the energetic cords, the looping thoughts are keeping them cords reconnecting. So you could disconnect physically and still energetically the cord is connected. So sexual energy, mental energy, emotions, so many emotions in relationships, like with your partner, with your lover, you know. So, I mean, there's so much to learn with that. This is all about learning the lesson, and then we want to clear it, right? We don't want to keep looping in the lesson. Okay, so why do we keep going back to the job that didn't work? Why? Because it's just easier than going up higher, right? So you want to level up. You don't want to lower yourself back down, or something wasn't learned, right? There was a lesson to be learned. You decided, well, it's just easier if I go back to this one instead of leveling up, earning more. And what you're learning is raising your own expectations, right? Even in relationships. Listen, quit settling for less than you is your birthright, right? The reason we stay in toxic, and these are our teachers, and I hate to say toxic or narcissistic, but underneath the narcissist is a wounded child, right? There's no right answer or no wrong answer. There's only understanding the energetic vibration that you are giving versus the narcissistic relationship. So if that's your thing. Okay, so learn the lesson. Celebrate. Oh my God, you know how much you don't celebrate every win? And this ain't like winning and graduating and shit. This is like, man, let me hug myself energetically. Like my inner child is so safe right now and so loved, right? Center, stillness point. That is where you need to be. And I'm not saying you're going to be there all the time, but this becomes a ritual of self-gratitude, self-love, self-care. Like you have abandoned yourself in relationships, and I'm just going to leave it there. But you have abandoned yourself. You have given so much of yourself to everything and everyone, you forgot about yourself. You got sickness, disease, mental illness. Look, and this is the money tip, right? Money is energetic. We give money a purpose of becoming manifest. So, um, rambling. I love what I do, and I work from home. I have other sides of income that I give purpose to because it's my high. I chase my highest excitement. So that there, if you're in a career or you're in a job and you're not happy, that's not your highest timeline for you. And maybe you're not going to get your highest timeline right now, but baby steps, slow and steady. Time is on your side. We got beliefs that time is not on our side. Time can collapse and be now. And direct your thoughts, your focus. Wherever they are is what has come back to you. So focus on your highest living, your best relationship with yourself, right? The aha moment. Like so many false insecurities, okay, are creating the illusions. And look, when you start to center and be still and receive direction for yourself through your own source. Okay. This is not seeking validation outside yourself. Yeah, sure, we can go and have a conversation, but they don't know your true direction, your true purpose of being. Source does. So everything that you thought you wanted becomes the past. We let go of what we thought we wanted and allow source to show us what is meant for us right now. Fuck the past. It don't exist. It's already gone and it's on an old timeline, and it's asking you to not even think about the future and create your highest life, your highest level of self-love, self-care. Do not abandon yourself. That is abandoning the true divinity, source within, and continuing to create illusions unconsciously aware that you're doing it, or you're living from the wounded child. Okay, so hurt people, healed people, right? So with that being said, I think that's good enough. If you want to work with me on a personal level, I got you. Leave it in the comments. If you like to donate, you can donate. Not required. But I love this. This is why I force myself to show up. I don't have to do it every day, but I work from home here first. And then I create not illusions. I see what you cannot see in the illusion, the fear. That's why it's best we don't tune into the news. We don't, unless you want to. I mean, that's your thing. But you have something that nobody else has, just like I do. The way I created my still point many times was tower moments, challenges. So I turned my pain into passion, and I decided I want to give it back. I want to help you, the one that still feels alone, lost, like you don't belong, you're unworthy, unlovable. You can't, nothing works. You have your own blueprint. Okay? So that's what we do. We create a blueprint for you to follow. It's a it's going to be a ritual. It might be journaling your feelings, right? Before and I'm not going to say because of the ego and the human experience that was programmed your entire fucking life that you're not going to be triggered. But this is going to help you no longer be in the fight or flight. You're going to build and structure boundaries around your thoughts. So let's say you're in the world and you already reprogrammed your relationship with money or whatever. And other people around you are still where you were, right? Rebuke that thought and don't let it in. You have to continue to build that solid inner structure, and then reality meets you where you are. And you will lose people. People will leave your life. You have to let them go if you want to evolve and you want to become more. If you no longer want to settle for less than your birthright. Source wants to give that to you. I want to give that to you. I am you. You manifested this video if you see it. So please share it. There's other people in the world that need my healing medicine. And that's what I call it. I don't heal you. You give yourself permission to show up and take your power back and live the most valuable life you want to live. So I love you guys. Thank you for being here in the world. Bye for now.